Alright, what's up everyone, and we are live. Welcome to the Crypto Grinders Market Update. My name is Ryan, and in this episode we're going to be covering quite a number of news or numbers of news in the markets right now, and I think it's really exciting because we are seeing more and more altcoins and the market cap actually increasing and sustaining. We're just hoping that it's going to sustain through the end of the week, but at the same time, if you stay through the end of the episode, you'll be surprised what 92% of the crypto traders in the space right now think about crypto. So let's get into it, guys. So right now, if you look at the current cryptocurrency market cap, you're seeing the fact that 135 billion is the new market cap as of this year. I think that is a new high for this year, and at the same time, in terms of the 24-hour volume, looking pretty decent at 30.7 billion. And the BTC dominance is at 51.6. Now, you want to take note that in terms of the BTC dominance, you want to gradually see it come down, but in terms of the price action, if we see a nice steady increase, you're going to actually see that the overall larger market cap cryptocurrencies are also going to benefit from this. Now, we do not want a huge spike up because that would actually cause a lot of the other cryptocurrencies to be affected based on Satoshi. But if we see a nice sustainable consolidation at any point, that's going to actually trigger the overall altcoin markets to also push up as well. And we're talking about the low to mid cap cryptocurrency or altcoins as well. So let's just cover the top 10 cryptocurrencies today, and also what is the 24-hour change and the best performance and worst performance. So in this case, Bitcoin obviously still at number one with close to 70 billion in terms of its overall market cap. Price stands at 3,981.5. Ethereum is currently at 15.447 billion at $147.22. You're seeing Ripple at 13.696 in terms of market cap, and then at 33 cents. EOS is creeping up at 3.517 billion at 388. Litecoin at 3.08 billion at a price of almost $51, guys, looking pretty good. Bitcoin Cash is 2.584 billion and stands at $146, relatively close to Ethereum's price. We have Tether at 2 billion in terms of market cap. Naturally, folks, I've always wanted to ask you guys this question. I mean, comment below. Are you someone who would love to take profit, especially if you're trading in altcoins? Would you take profit in BTC or Ethereum, or would you just go to Tether? Stellar is at 1.736 billion at 9 cents. You have Tron at 1.683 billion and at 2.5 cents. You have Binance looking pretty strong, 1.563 billion at 11.08 as of today. Now let's look at the top 24 in the past 24 hours, who has been the top performer, and it's Dogecoin, which is pretty surprising. Once again, it now holds the lead in terms of the past 24 hours top performers at 17.836% gain. And we have Binance, which increased 15% in the past 24 hours. We have Quant, 13.28%, Maker 11.61, and Crypto.com, right, 10.2%. In terms of the 24-hour volume, I would say that the top 5 coins that I just mentioned seem relatively healthy, with the lowest, which is Maker, at 2.5 million with a market cap of 648 million. So let's go to the worst performers. So the worst performers today are basically Odom, which has lost 4% in the past 24 hours. Linkay has lost 3.81%. Aeon has lost 2.38%. Project Pi, 2.26%. And this new, one of the new top losers in top 5 is Insight Chain, which has lost 1.81%. So let's go to the charts really quickly right now. We are seeing Bitcoin showing a nice cup as on the 1 hour, and I think in terms of volume, it has kind of been pretty sustainable. Obviously, in the intraday, you're going to see quite a bit of market volatility and movement. So I guess those who are range traders really could still enjoy a nice profit, especially if you're trading on margin. However, as of now, we're looking for the fact that we want to see a clear break above 4,000, and then from then we can see probably the higher higher resistance levels being broken for once in 2018. Still looking forward to that. We're not sure whether it will happen, especially if sudden. Usually in the cryptocurrency markets, guys, unfortunately, the selling can be pretty strong and very, very random, as we have experienced before. The next chart that we're going to look into, same thing on the 1 hour this time, would be Ethereum. So Ethereum on a whole has kind of it's kind of looking a little bit better as well. We are looking to see that the fact that we are seeing a nice flag that is forming on the 1 hour. Obviously, there has to be at least 4 confirmations, or at least the next 4 hours, to kind of determine the direction of where Ethereum decides to head to. We would want to also observe the OBV, whether or not the volume is sustainable. Naturally, in terms of RSI on the hour, it is already way overbought, but it's still okay, because whenever there's momentum, you usually trade the momentum. We are going now to Ripple charts. Same thing. As you can see, whenever Bitcoin really starts moving up, you will see the top 5 or the top 10 cryptocurrencies with the top volume will move in the same direction, guys. But this is against USD. I think for simplicity's sake, going forward, I'll always be covering in US dollars, because at the end of the day, we want majority of the folks who are familiar with US dollars coming in with crypto to understand what's going on. If I was to talk about Satoshis, everyone will still be very confused, because nobody thinks in 8 decimal places, guys. So let's keep it simple for everyone. So right now, you see Ripple at close to 33 cents. I think most people are fans of it because there's lots of trading opportunities available in the cryptocurrency. And ever since the past 2 years, there's always been a break towards the $1 mark. So perhaps maybe when BTC starts moving up aggressively, Ripple could experience one of those back to $1 pumps again, and it will make a pretty significant return for folks who are doing that. Now, obviously, I'm not claiming that it would do that, but this is based on past historical performance, and of course, naturally, past performance is never an indicative of future returns. Right, now we are going to go to EOS. Now, EOS is looking extremely strong, guys. I am quite baffled by its strength at the moment. Looking through quite a bit of news, I really couldn't find anything, but it's almost $4. That means it kind of went up, right? It was, let's just assume that in the previous few days, it was below $3, and right now it has already gained another $1, so that's like a good 25% increase, which is pretty significant. No, sorry, from 3 to 1, that's like another 30% increase. Sorry, that's 30% increase in a matter of 2 days, guys. So like I said, crypto is still one of the most prominent places if you want to trade. And right now, if you think about where's EOS's market cap, it's not small, guys. If you look at the market cap for EOS, once again, it stands at 3.57 billion. So it actually is one of the stronger contenders. Now, the last coin that we're going to touch on for charts wise, we are looking at Litecoin. Now, Litecoin, as I mentioned earlier today when I did my live stream, it was slightly below $45. It wasn't actually looking to break up, but based on the candles that I'm seeing right here, right now, it doesn't look as a clear double bottom, especially on the 1 hour, but it does form a nice double bottom if you exclude the 2 candles that happen here, and it does look like a nice double bottom. And well, there is a breakout at the moment. Now we're just looking and observing in the next 4 sessions as well. US markets, I guess, are going to be opening really soon in an hour, or well, at least less than an hour. So we hope to see a continuation of all this momentum. Now to news. So we're talking about of course, the ever perma bull, the billionaire Bitcoin bull, Tim Draper. Now, if you don't know who Tim Draper is, he's basically an entrepreneur. He invests in the tech space. He's already a billionaire from his existing businesses. But maybe what you didn't know is that he actually invested in Bitcoins and now is $89 million richer, right? The rich get richer. But he's also saying that in 5 years, when adoption is a little bit more prevalent, and he's even claiming that in the next 2 years you could actually start buying chicken and coffee with cryptocurrency. Now, whichever cryptocurrency is going to be adopted, it wasn't really determined in this article, and he's also not really commenting too much on Jamie Dimon's take on the JP Morgan coin, right? Because with just a quick gist of it, JP Morgan actually kind of dissed cryptocurrency, was claiming that it was a scam, so on and so forth, but it was the very first bank that actually adopted its own cryptocurrency. Now, whether is it considered a stable coin or cryptocurrency, they're trying not to label it as a cryptocurrency or more of a digital token, so whatever, right? Potato. Right now, Tim is also saying that in terms of cash will be used by criminals more often in the future, because Bitcoin, apparently there's a way to kind of track or at least survey or at least block the node from being utilized, right? So I was a bit confused with that part. I mean, I'm not someone who is very technically inclined, and I was very surprised that you were saying that I feel my money in a bank is less secure with regards to, in this paragraph, no more cash will be used except for criminals. The criminals still want to try to operate with cash because they catch everyone who tries to use Bitcoin. It's not on the way in when criminals receive Bitcoin, but as soon as they want to spend it, those blocks are tagged. So cash will be used for criminals. Well, I guess cash can be tagged as well. And I think if you watch I think there was one show where they were showing, well, many shows where you actually see US dollars actually having color dyes. So I guess maybe there is a way to tag the block in this case. So there's some form of surveillance. And especially if more and more currencies are going to be offering their services to the institutions, naturally there should be some way of tracking the money movement. So that's the whole purpose. Now, the next article is about Facebook expanding their team. So Facebook actually, kind of banned, crypto advertising for a period of time, but now they're actually opening up 13 blockchain-related vacancies. Well, Zaki, I guess you're kind of headed in the right direction, but then again, I'm not sure how you're going to take this technology to the next level. I'm sure that you're going to do pretty well for yourself, because you're just going to add on to the technology, and you're going to obviously offer more jobs, create more talent, but you've grown really too big. But hey, you know what? You do you, and I think at the end of the day, this is really the way to go, because when you see Facebook at least focusing and having a team of blockchain related jobs, I think that's a good thing. So let's quote unquote, with the rise of a small number of big tech companies and governments using technology and to watch their citizens, many people now believe technology only centralizes power rather than decentralizes it. There are important counter trends to this, like encryption and cryptocurrency, that takes power from centralized systems and puts it back into people's hands, but they come with the risk of being harder to control. I'm interested to go deeper and study the positive and negative aspects of these technologies and how best to use them in our services. So this is what Zuckerberg wrote in a post last January. So guys, the last and final article of today is the article that I think is the most meaningful to me. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really consider myself a millennial, but I'm really happy to see that nearly half of millennial traders have more faith in crypto than stocks. So the gist of this article is that a lot of the Gen, wait, let me get this right. So the Gen X, which is my generation, does still kind of wants to trade cryptocurrency, still wants to trade traditional stocks, or at least still believes in the traditional financial system. But Gen Y, Gen Z, they tend to not care too much about crypto. They tend not to care too much about the traditional stock markets because they've seen their parents get hurt by the 0809 Lehman Brothers, and at the same time huge amounts of taxpayer dollars are just being evaporated all the time, and they can see it from their parents. And I, of course, I myself clearly know this, and it's a frustrating situation, and they would rather put their money in crypto. But however, 92% of the current crypto traders are actually more comfortable if an existing financial institution offers these investment options. It kind of makes you think. I guess at the end of the day, we don't want to compromise security and safety of our assets. And although we love the asset class, but we cannot trust the exchanges that are running it at the moment. And in terms of their security, because we've always been having lots of news about exchanges getting hacked, it's so easily compromised. Whereas, traditional stock markets, they tend to be regulated and licensed, and they have the custodial services and even insurance. Hopefully this will all be offered to us in the near future, guys. So that is all for the episode and the market live update. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give this video a thumbs up if you felt that the news was relevant to you, and subscribe to the channel, guys. We really want to grow our channel. And last but not least, don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you will never miss another live stream. See you guys.